Hi guys, hi. This is Eva from Bayarbo Med Spa, Miami and Atlanta. And I want to talk to you today about discoloration, about skin lightening, and two subjects. What is the best lightening treatment for dark skin? What is good for white skin? And what is the number one item that you need in order for you to get best results when you are buying a home lightening kit to use at home? So let's start with this. In my personal opinion, and I do this for over 40 years, there are several peelings that are out there. So many years ago, there were phenol peels that were used on people that had wrinkles. They had acne scar, acne vulgaris, deep scarring. Phenol peels were used. Then came the acids, and then came one of the most famous that everybody will know is glycolic acid. And glycolic acid, which is derived actually from sugarcane, was the staple of skin lightening treatment starting 30 years ago. And it worked wonderfully because it has the ability to slough off the top layer of the skin and remove discoloration. But here is the problem. Glycolic acid, as many other acids, are good if you are white like me. But if you have darker pigmented skin, glycolic acid and most other acids that are outside should not be used on dark skin. The one acid that I will vouch for that can be used on dark skin that will not destroy the pigment of the skin is mandelic acid. And I want to talk to you today about the difference between glycolic acid and mandelic acid. What is the difference and why my preference for people with discoloration is, and when you have dark skin or black skin, is to use mandelic acid. So the basic difference between these two acids is the composition, the molecular structure, the size of the molecular structure of the acid. So glycolic acid, the molecular structure is much smaller than is mandelic acid. So when you apply glycolic acid on your skin, the acid will penetrate. The person that applies, whether it's you or somebody else applies the glycolic acid on your skin, does not have control over the penetration depths. Why? Because the acid is very small, the molecular structure, and the acid can penetrate into the skin, and it can penetrate deeper some areas, less deep other areas, and therefore, if you use glycolic acid on black skin, you would get a lightening very fast, but at the same time, you would get a darkening of your skin also very fast. Why? Because as the glycolic acid penetrates through the epidermis, because it's so very small and it can go below, it stimulates your melanocytes, tyrosinase, and your body starts producing, because it feels there's an injury to the skin, and it tries to protect itself. As a black person, dark person, what's the protection? Your natural protection is your melanin. So it starts producing more melanin, and the melanin comes to the surface of the skin, and actually your skin gets darker with glycolic acid within 2 weeks than on a white person. So a white person can use glycolic acid, can use any acid that is out there. The worst that can happen to a white person is that the skin will get pink, that the skin will get burned. But because the skin is white, as a rule of thumb, automatically, when the skin will heal and come back to itself, the skin will take on your natural skin tone and everything will be fine. But that's not the case with black skin. As I said, because it has this ability to penetrate so unevenly and very fast, because of the molecular structure, you have no control. And it can create actually more discoloration on the skin than what you started with. Therefore, in my personal humble opinion, mandelic acid is the acid of my choice for every black patient and client that I have in my Miami Beach location and that I have in my Atlanta Noonan location. So mandelic acid is the acid. Why? Because the molecular structure of mandelic acid compared to glycolic acid is much bigger. So if glycolic acid is this small, mandelic acid will be this big, will be much bigger, which means that when you apply mandelic acid on the skin, it does not have the ability to break as quickly through the barrier of the epidermis because it's big. So it works slow. It will get there, but very slow. Therefore, when you use mandelic acid on dark skin and you do it controlled, like I suggest when you buy my mandelic acid lightening kit, I give you instructions. It comes with instructions, and I say, so as a black person, you start with 2 minutes. You leave the mandelic acid on for 2 minutes. And twice a week you do it. You leave it for 2 minutes, and you go up to 3 minutes, and so forth. And why? Until you reach 10 minutes. Because I want your skin to build up a resistance so that when you go up every week by 1 minute, up to 10 minutes, the skin will get used to it, but it will not stimulate the melanin. So it will not discolor the skin because too much melanin was created, vice versa what would happen with glycolic acid. So mandelic acid is the choice for black skin to treat discoloration melasma. Of course, that's like the physical heavy weight treatment that you do twice a week. Then there are treatments that you should use on a daily basis, which is, I'm a big believer in niacinamides, in copper, in hyaluronic acid, in vitamin C. I'm a big believer that these all products on a daily basis can help you as well to achieve the end result to get rid of discoloration. Not to forget to mention the most important part. So the first part and the last part are the most important parts, and that's for both skin colors. You must use a sunblock. You must use a sunblock. So my personal preference is to use a zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, the two ingredients, for a sunblock, so that it can be a broad spectrum and it can protect you from the UVA, UVB, broad spectrum, and the blue. So if I had neon lights here, which I don't here, if I had neon light, for instance, gives you blue radiation. So you need to have a sunblock protection, even if you work in an office, particularly when you have lights like neon lights that produce blue radiation onto the skin. Now, so the first part and the last part are the two that are the most important ones, is the acid that you use and the sunblock that you apply on your skin. I actually made a video and I showed the picture of the sunblock. So go through my videos and you will see one video recently that I showed the picture of the sunblock that I would like you to get. And then I said that particularly for black skin, in addition to this particular sunblock, which is a combination of zinc and other stuff, I would like you to get a mineral makeup powder that you would apply on top of your skin, that you would use, for instance, if you apply the sunblock, right, on your face. And then you would take, as the last step, and this is just for sun protection, you would take a few drops of the mineral makeup powder, and let's say you would take a drop of your vitamin C cream or an oil serum, a drop, mix it, and then the powder becomes suddenly liquidy, and then you would apply that on your face. That powder is titanium dioxide. This is a mineral, and this, together with the zinc that is in the sunblock itself, will create a combination that will not allow the blue light to penetrate through the skin. Dark people with melasma, people with discoloration, Hispanic, Black, Indian, ethnic people, are more susceptible and respond to the blue light. So for those people using that appropriate recipe that I'm giving you of the particular sunblock that I talked about, and the mineral makeup powder, which is titanium dioxide, in mixing and applying on your skin, will give you, first of all, a sheer coverage. By the way, that's what I have on my face. So, and you can't even see, you can't see anything. But this is the way I use. When I get up and before I leave my house, so I clean my face in the morning. When I get up, I clean it with a oil cleanser. Then I use glycolic acid to wipe my face afterwards, and then I put a niacinamide copper serum with vitamin C and hyaluronic acid on my skin, and then I put either an oil serum or a cream that has niacinamide and vitamin C in it. I put that as a cream, as a moisturizer, and I wait a couple of minutes. Then I put this sunblock, this zinc oxide sunblock, which has several ingredients. I use that on my face, and then I put the mineral makeup, which I make in my hand, which is powder. I mix it a little bit, and I get the full protection from the ultraviolet lights. I get full protection from the broad spectrum, and I have foundation, I have makeup on, and my skin is one tone and even tone. So you actually kill two flies in one hit, because you get sun protection and you get also makeup and foundation. So these are the steps that I would recommend, particularly when you are doing lightening treatments. But I want to go back. And I want to explain everybody why in my kit, when you buy the lightening treatment, why in my kit, which consists of 6 items, there is a microneedle roller in the kit, the lightening kit, the mandelic acid. I'll tell you why. And it's crucial. If you came to my clinic and I physically would do a microdermabrasion facial on you, and I would do a lightening treatment, and I would use mandelic acid or glycolic acid, whatever it be, I would, after I do your facial, after I do the microdermabrasion, then I would do a microneedling, where I would do microneedling or RFM microneedling. Either way, it just depends on the skin condition. A regular microneedling would be if I'm just treating superficially and there's not too much discoloration on the skin. RFM, radio frequency microneedling, is if the discoloration is deeper, number one. Number two, if I also need at the same time to achieve tightening of the collagen and the elasticity of the skin, then I will use the RF radio frequency microneedling. So that's what I would do in the clinic. After I'm done with the microneedling, then I will use the mandelic acid or glycolic acid or salicylic acid, whatever it is. I would apply that on the skin. Why? Because I abraded the skin with the crystal microdermabrasion. I cleaned the skin. I then did the microneedling, because I created thousands of little holes, microchannels into the skin. so that the mandelic acid or glycolic acid should, when I apply it on the skin, be able to penetrate into the skin easy and fast, but in the appropriate layer. So I don't do holes into skin half a centimeter long. No, that's not the case. It's rather superficial. It is just below the epidermis. And then I use the mandelic acid or the lightening, and then of course I finished with oxygenated ozone serum. Now, when you buy the lightening kit at home, I created what we call the Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit, and all the steps that I do in the clinic, in a clinical treatment for lightening, which is microdermabrasion, microneedle roller, mandelic acid, neutralizer, HA plus C serum with hyaluronic acid and HA plus C cream, and ozone. When you get that whole kit, it is exactly the same step that I do in the clinic. And the microneedle roller is part of the kit, and it's crucial in order for the product to penetrate in. So they have different microneedle rollers. So you go with the microneedle roller in every direction, and you roll and create microchannels. But prior to that, you did the microdermabrasion. So you abraded the top layer of the skin, and the microdermabrasion also takes everything out from the pores. So you abrade the skin, you remove the dead cells, then you create a microneedle roller, you create little microchannels all over your face, and then you put the mandelic acid or glycolic acid on your skin. And that's exactly the same steps that I do here. But it is crucial. It's absolutely crucial. So to those of you who ask, however, why is there microneedle roller in your kit? Exactly for that reason. That I want you replicate. That's what we call it the Mini Eva kit. Because you replicate what I do clinically, you do at home. So I hope that this clarifies to you why one acid is okay for white skin, why the other acid is okay for black skin, and why microneedle roller is such a crucial part of your lightening process and treatment. If you have more questions or you want to know more, you can email me to medspa33154@gmail.com. I will also put a link. When I finish this video, I will put a link to my website, and I will put my phone number down so that you can get in touch with me. And for those of you who go to my website, and then you will see, Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit and Mini Eva Advanced Skin Lightening Kit, and they are two different prices. And you wonder why. So the Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit is for the face, and that's the cheaper one. And the Mini Eva Advanced Skin Lightening Kit is from the neck down, whether it's your underarms, whether it's your chest, whether it's your belly, your bikini, your tush, your legs, your toes, your elbows, your fingers, your knuckles, whatever it is, your back, wherever you have discoloration. The more expensive kit is, and it's called Mini Eva Advanced Skin Lightening Kit, is for the body, from the neck down. So that's the difference. There's only two kits in there, so nothing to be confused about. So that's what you need. The more expensive one is for the body, the cheaper one is for the face. The difference between the two kits is only in the mandelic acid. One mandelic acid for the face has 10% mandelic acid. The one for the body has 20% mandelic acid. That's the basic difference between the two kits. But they all have all the items, all 6 items in them, because the steps are the same. It just, the mandelic acid that you use on the face is not strong enough to use on the body, because the skin is a little bit different on the body. So that's why we have the 2 kits to use. I hope that this is something that will help you to understand why microneedling is so important, and why glycolic acid cannot be used on black skin, and why mandelic acid is the acid of choice to treat discoloration. Thank you guys. Bye bye, Eva.